Hey, Battle Bill here with another video, and today we're going to get some more Ultra League Premier Cup Go Battle League battles. Alright, so you saw my last video. My go-to team that I was working with was Ampharos, Alolan Muck, and Lapras, and I was noticing that team had a bit of a weakness to Venusaur, and I was running into it in the lead a lot. So I decided for a set I wanted to make a change to the team, and I could feature that set around this specific Pokemon, going to be Abomasnow. So I replaced Ampharos with Abomasnow to take care of that Venusaur issue I was having, but this might have created some other weaknesses. We're going to delve into those strengths and weaknesses as we get into this set that I put together with the team. So without further ado, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's get into these battles. Getting into this first match, you'll notice I have the extremely rare rank of the blank rank, and so does my opponent. Niantic, please fix it. Anyhow, getting into the first match, I have a nice positive lead of Abomasnow on Swampert, and funny enough, I haven't been seeing many Swamperts, but when I swapped to Abomasnow, I ran into a couple of them, and I didn't mind that because Abomasnow was a very good matchup against Swampert. My Ampharos definitely didn't want to see those Swamperts, so that kind of worked itself out. They swapped into Gallade, I countered with my Alolan Muck, and I know as long as I don't let them land in close combat, I should be able to keep switch advantage. So, because it's a Shadow Gallade, I'm extremely worried about this close combat and will one-shot my Alolan Muck. They bait me, I end up shielding, but I get off another Dark Pulse and I'm still getting to my charge moves pretty quickly. So even if they commit to baiting me twice and getting both of my shields, I should still be able to take out their Gallade and keep switch advantage. So building up to the second Dark Pulse, they're going for another charge move here. I'm expecting to be a close combat. They bait me again with Leaf Blade, but again, I know I can still outpace them and keep switch advantage regardless of them double baiting me. So I get to this Dark Pulse. This will take out the Gallade. I'll keep switch advantage, and I'm expecting the Swampert to come back in. I'm slightly worried they might try to farm me down, but they really can't because these Dark Pulses are really going to hurt. I'm also slightly worried the Swampert's running Sludge Wave because my Abomasnow definitely doesn't want to see a Sludge Wave in a no-shield situation. But they threw all their energy, which I was cool with. My Abomasnow has energy, and then they counter with a Bronzong. And I wasn't exactly expecting that, but I should be fine here. The Confusions and the Psyshocks do good chip damage to Lapras, but Lapras is so bulky, and again, Bronzong doesn't really max out that 2500 CP, so it's not dealing high damage. So I can go for double neutral surfs and should be fine in taking it out. I just want to make sure my Lapras isn't in farm range for the Swampert. That becomes my only concern leaving this matchup against the Bronzong. As long as my Lapras can't be farmed down by my opponent's Shadow Swampert, I should be fine to take game one of this set. So they've confused me pretty low. They're going for another charge move, and I'm actually even more fine with their Bronzong beating my Lapras here. Their Bronzong is extremely low in health. It cannot do anything to one-shot my Abomasnow, so I'm going to commit to a Powder Snow down of their Bronzong. They throw a Psyshock here, puts me in the yellow. They realize I'm going to farm them down, so they swap out right as it was about to go down. And then I just go straight for the Energy Ball, and this is going to one-shot the Swampert. The Bronzong can come back in, and I will be able to Powder Snow it down and take the first match. So, Abomasnow definitely also helps with that Swampert weakness the old team had. Getting into the second match of the set, going up against another highly ranked blank rank trainer. And we have an Abomasnow on a Snorlax lead here. I don't really like this lead for Abomasnow. It feels pretty neutral. I'm going to go for the Energy Ball because it could potentially get the defense drop, so that's what I'm hoping for. It is a bigger charge move, but I do think Weather Ball is still more damage per energy. Both of them are getting stabbed, so maybe they're just extremely close in DPE. But either way, I really wanted the defense drop, which is why I went for the Energy Ball first. I don't like this lead because you have to worry about Snorlax's running Superpower, and those will deal super effective damage to Abomasnow. And honestly, you saw that Body Slam come through. Another Body Slam would technically take out my Abomasnow at this health, whereas I dropped an Energy Ball and a Weather Ball on their Snorlax, and it has survived with a decent amount of health left. So they go for that Body Slam. I'm just hoping I can get to another Weather Ball because I want to get the Snorlax lower with the Powder Snows and get one of their shields also. So I'm going for this here. I don't get their shield, surprisingly. They let their Snorlax go down, and then they bring in Kingdra to essentially farm down my Abomasnow, and I'm at a shield disadvantage. So now that's actually a big problem. And Kingdra with 2 shields is extremely deadly. Kingdra is a very underrated pick, but it can put out a lot of damage against a core meta, and one of the meta mons it could do really well against is Lapras oddly enough, as much as Kingdra's a dragon. Kingdra's a water dragon though, so those ice shards that Lapras are dealing are neutral, and then these surfs that I'm dealing with my Lapras are double resisted because of the water dragon typing. So if I want to do any real damage to this Kingdra, I need to land the Skull Bash, so I baited the shield before, but they got to a charge move here before I was able to get my Skull Bash off, and that Outrage is going to take out my Lapras, and their Kingdra still has a shield. I am not going to be able to get to 2 Dark Pulses in time before their Kingdra gets to another Outrage, and essentially this Kingdra is going to end up sweeping my back line. Now, Abomasnow could have done alright against Kingdra here. The Powder Snows would have dealt neutral damage. I think taking that shield disadvantage was my biggest mistake. I was really hoping to get one of their shields, and the fact that they didn't give me the shields and then it came in with Kingdra with the shield advantage really cost me that match. So big misplay on my part, but really well played on their part. Crazy thing is that my entire team deals neutral damage to the Kingdra, so really just giving it that shield advantage was huge for them. So getting to the third match, we got another Abomasnow on Swampert lead. So right now I'm extremely thankful I changed my lead from Ampharos to Abomasnow, because whatever happened with the meta there, apparently all these Swamperts were coming out all of a sudden, and Ampharos, Alolan Muck core has one big weakness, and it's Swampert. So I was happy I had Abomasnow in. My opponent swapped in Alolan Muck, and I actually made a mistake here. I immediately swapped into my Alolan Muck when I should have dealt a Weather Ball's worth of damage to their Alolan Muck to try and give mine a bit of an advantage. Because now they're ahead in energy, these Snarls aren't really hurting much, and they're going to go for another charge move here where I'm hoping it will be a Sludge Wave. So it ends up being a Sludge Wave. They get me in the red, and because their health is at like a very unique spot, they're about like 2/5 of their health, I know 2 Dark Pulses can take them out, and I should be able to get to my next Dark Pulse before they get to theirs, since they threw that Sludge Wave on the last charge move. So the fact that I made that decision essentially allowed me to make up for my mistake in not Weather Balling with my Abomasnow, and they end up shielding, and I'm like, alright, so you want to commit to a shielding situation here, I'll match you with one of these shields. So that's what I'm going to do here, and I'm still going to continue to outpace my opponent to these charge moves because I made that play to make up for that lack of Weather Ball damage from Abomasnow. I always say Obama. Either way, I throw another Dark Pulse, they commit to the 2 shield, and now I'm absolutely fine with this because they didn't farm me down and they weren't really going to be able to. It would have been really tight. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to take shield advantage, and I'm going to come back in with Abomasnow and just, Lapras, and just completely farm down this Alolan Muck. Now they go for a charge move, they're going to get to a Dark Pulse, so it's a bit of an issue, but Lapras can tank it just fine. And the reason why I came in with Lapras is because I know Abomasnow already has a positive matchup against Swampert, so I'm expecting the Swampert to come back in, and I needed my Lapras to have a nice little energy advantage against the Swampert to make sure I could solidify this match. But then I decided, you know what, I'm going to pull off a nice swap. They go for the Hydro Cannon here. I wanted to make sure I wasted their energy. I was really hoping it'd be an Earthquake. Unfortunately, it wasn't. And then they bring in a Charizard to counter my Abomasnow. So this is looking worse than what it is because these Weather Balls will deal neutral damage to the Charizard. So as much as I'm going to get Fire Spin down, I'm still able to get to 2 Weather Balls here and essentially put this Charizard in farm range. So what's going to end up happening is this Charizard is going to take me out. It's going to throw a Blast Burn that I'm going to have to shield here. And because I got that Swampert's energy before, I'm not as worried about an Earthquake coming through, but again, they only threw a Hydro Cannon, so I still got a decent chunk of energy. Swampert comes in though, I go for the Skull Bash, and because I'm able to get the Skull Bash off, it's not going to take out the Swampert, but I don't have to worry about the Earthquake as much, because now my defense has improved. So even if they go for an Earthquake here, typically, without the buff, an Earthquake would pretty much take me out from this health, but with the buff, you notice I survive with enough health where I can go for this Surf and take the third match of the set, so now I'm 2-1, and again, changing that lead to Abomasnow really helps against those Swamperts. We've been talking about the strengths and the improvements changing to the Abomasnow lead has given me, but we do need to talk about some of the weaknesses. One of them kind of being Snorlax. I wouldn't say Snorlax has become this hard wall, but Abomasnow's matchup against it isn't that great, and there's no Focus Blast nuke that Abomasnow has like Ampharos does to do against Snorlax's. But the other big issue with this team has is against a specific type of move that Snorlax, especially Shadow Snorlax, would be running. and that move is Superpower. Fighting type damage. Abomasnow takes super effective damage from fighting. Lapras is going to take super effective from fighting. And then Alolan Muck, even though it has that poison typing, it's also part dark, so it'll take neutral damage from fighting. So everybody on this team has an issue against fighting type Pokemon, and especially Escavalier. Escavalier can deal super effective counters to Abomasnow and Lapras, and then the drill runs from Escavalier will deal super effective damage to Alolan Muck. Now we might not see it in this set, but I felt like it was extremely important for me to touch on that, because I don't want you to think just because this set has shown an improvement with Abomasnow that there were no new weaknesses that were added by making that change. Because typically when you make a change to your team, it will give you some strengths, but it's also going to give you some new weaknesses, because there's no perfect team that's going to avoid that. Now, do I think this team is usable? If you somehow have an Abomasnow and don't have an Ampharos, I would definitely recommend it. But the Abomasnow you would want, I would say, a minimum of a 96 IV, preferably a 98 or a hundo, because of the fact that Abomasnow maxes out underneath 2500. So that's just one recommendation from me. Getting back into this match, my opponent just threw a Blast Burn there, and I'm going to be able to get to one more serve before they're able to Fire Spin me down. This will either take out the Charizard's health or get a potential last shields. Did they have another shield? They didn't have another shield. So the serve got their Charizard down. Sorry, I went on that tangent, but I felt like that information was just too important. I had to. So I got now an Alolan Muck against their Lapras. I'm going to go for the Sludge Wave here. The reason why you go for the biggest move possible. One, Alolan Muck Sludge Wave is more DPE than the Dark Pulse. But two, Lapras is most likely going to go for a Skull Bash. So you want to deal as much damage as possible before it buffs its own defense, because then the next moves will not hurt as much. So the Skull Bash comes through, puts me in the yellow. I'm just hoping I can get to another Sludge Wave here, but because the defense is buffed, this doesn't take out the Lapras. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Let's wait for it to go through. It does not take out the Lapras. It gets it in the red. I would love to have Snarled down. I'm not going to be able to. They're going to take me out. I'm going to hope that my Abomasnow can come in and Powder Snow this Lapras down. Do I come back in with the Abomasnow? No, I come back in with the Lapras because I was worried about Abomasnow's health and I didn't want to take any damage. So Lapras comes in, Ice Shards it down. Their Snorlax licks me, but their Snorlax has minimal health. My Abomasnow comes in and Powder Snows their Snorlax down. The reason why I didn't bring in Abomasnow is because its health was so low, and the Ice Shards would have dealt neutral damage, whereas Lapras was able to resist the opposing Lapras's Ice Shards. 3-1 in the set, so we clinched the positive set. I'll take it. Get into the fifth match going against Angelino 511. We run into our old friend Ampharos. So Abomasnow on Ampharos is a pretty positive lead, but you have to watch out for that fighting type move of Focus Blast that Ampharos can be running. A Focus Blast landing on Abomasnow will one-shot it. If I can avoid that landing, Abomasnow will win out this matchup. So I'm just going to spam these Weather Balls. I know they're over-farming a bunch, so they're definitely at Focus Blast range here. I'm very worried about it. Unfortunately, though, if I get baited, like I just did, those Thunder Punches do barely anything to Abomasnow, so it really stinks that I ended up shielding such a small move because I was so worried about the big move. It's very, very hit or miss there. Focus Blast will either one-shot or Thunder Punch will do literally nothing to Abomasnow. So I get to another Weather Ball here. This should threaten a shield on their part, because if it doesn't get the shield, they'll take out the Ampharos. It gets the shields. Actually, might have gotten like in the low red, like 1 HP. They're going for another charge move, but I want to win lead here, so I commit the second shield, and it ends up being another Thunder Punch. So now I'm like, can they really double bait me and win this? So I go for my Weather Ball right away, not taking any chances. Honestly, they might not have even been running Focus Blast. They might have just played it really smart and built up to it to trick me. But luckily, my Abomasnow has a ton of health, and they counter my Abomasnow with a Venusaur. So I have no complaints about that. And we'll be able to land this Weather Ball. It's the first Venusaur we've seen all set, which is the main reason why I even brought Abomasnow. Luckily, I was able to get that Weather Ball and do a good chunk to Venusaur, because the Sludge Bomb coming through is going to take out my Abomasnow, but I have another counter for Venusaur in Alolan Muck. So I'm feeling okay here. This match is going to all depend on whatever their last Pokemon is. It's a Dragonite. This is GG. Lapras will take care of this. Honestly, I can just commit to an Ice Shard down. They can go all the way for their big move of Hurricane or Outrage, because that's what I'm typically seeing from Dragonites these days, and I'm not going to have to worry about it. Ends up only being a Dragon Claw, so that makes this win even easier. I'm going to commit to the Ice Shard down. They get to another Dragon Claw here, which is fine by me. Not going to take out my Lapras. And once I farmed up all this energy on their Dragonite, the Venusaur can come in, take this Skull Bash to the face, and we can clinch a 4-1 set with the Abomasnow lead. So definitely using Abomasnow creates more strengths against Swamperts and Venusaurs, but you do have to really watch out for fighting type Pokemon. And there could be some adjustments that are made to avoid that, but I really do like the Abomasnow lead, and it played very well in this set. Let me know what you thought of this team, and other than the Abomasnow, let me know what you think I could change. Maybe the Lapras or the Alolan Muck, what could I change it to try and avoid that fighting type weakness that I essentially created by adding Abomasnow in. But other than that, I really like the team. Give me your thoughts. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I think I'm going to do one more Ultra Premier video, which will be a shoutcast of somebody else's battles, and then we're going to be jumping into Masters Premier. So if there's any Spice Mons you want me to try out for Masters Premier, or even regular Masters, I might go back to that and give it a try. I have a 98 Groudon now. I have a 98 Dialga. I actually just got a 98 Zekrom that I need to max out. So if there are any Pokemon you want to see me test in regular Masters, please do let me know, or in Masters Premier. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.